All right, welcome back. This is Red Pill Phil for another day of waking up these sheep. These people are under a spell of the ancient aliens, under a spell of the CIA, under a spell of the Chinese communists. One of the things I want people to grasp and understand is that there was never a war in Iraq or Afghanistan. We've never been there. There was never a 9/11. We bombed our own buildings, first of all. But then after that, it was all over the news that we were somehow sending Americans to Afghanistan. And I want to tell you right now, no American has been to Afghanistan in over 80 years. And the people who are somehow armed forces saying they're coming back, well, not to say they're bad people, but they're being brainwashed. They are brainwashed. They've never been there. They have never been there. It's kind of one of them Manchurian Candidate deals with every single one of them. Every single one of them. You know what I'm saying, Sean? Does that make sense to you?
I'm just trying to reevaluate my life. Apparently I was just never there and it was all made up.
You were never there.
What? I've been there. I've been to Afghanistan.
No, you have not.
Yeah, 2011.
What we're trying to get you to understand, Sean, is most of what you think is real isn't real. You've been inoculated to believe that.
Can you define and or spell inoculated?
It's not a spelling test. This is my show, Sean. Inoculated. You've been given these poisons inside your blood to brainwash you. It starts with LSD. Do you want to know what the government really does with our soldiers? There was one movie out there that actually gives some insight. You know what it is?
I'd love to.
They send men to a place in India where they stare at goats. That's the only thing that the military does. Do you understand? Does that make sense? Are these theories starting to come together?
You realize George Clooney is an actor, right?
Right. But it was a movie based on real life.
It was a what? Say it again.
A movie based on real life.
Yeah,
right.
You can
because the
say
CIA is running Hollywood.
You know, you can
no American has ever been to Iraq or Afghanistan. Or I should say, no American has been to Iraq and Afghanistan in the last 80 years. Now, I realize there are a lot of well-meaning soldiers, not to take anything against these great patriots. But what they're doing is they are putting these men and women on a plane and they are waking up in a virtual simulation where they are given needles into their arms. And really what they're doing is they are training for the coming war that's going to happen in 2054 and then again in 2058. That's what's happening. It all comes back to the grocery stores. Where do you think the most goat is consumed from? Iraq and Afghanistan. And these grocery stores are wanting to sell more goat meat. Goat meat is the meat of 2058. And goat meat is consumed mostly in Iraq and Afghanistan. And when these soldiers are sent over there and they're trapped in this virtual reality, well, they don't eat goat meat, do they? Did you eat goat meat?
And some camel, yeah.
Did you eat nothing but goat meat?
No.
Exactly. There's the proof that when you thought you were in Iraq and Afghanistan with all the other soldiers, all of you were actually in a virtual reality preparing for the war that's going to take place in 2054.
Oh, so we just are under the assumption that we brought no food with us or acquired food ever, right?
What I'm telling you, if you really grasped what was going on there, you would have ate nothing but goat meat.
I was grasping that Fridays were surf and turf, and I had steak and lobster in old beautiful Afghanistan.
Right, and that's the same thing Keanu Reeves was eating in the Matrix. You are in the Matrix. You're in the Matrix. Everything is a lie. Everything that you think you've ever known isn't true. You think the sky is blue, but let me tell you something. You know what color the sky really is?
What?
It's yellow.
Why?
It's yellow.
Why?
Because that's the way it's always been.
What do you mean Always. When's the last time you seen the sky yellow?
When it's never not been yellow. I see it yellow right now. You know why you think it's blue?
Because I'm not colorblind?
Because you've been inoculated.
Oh. I'm going to start asking other people if they see any remnants of yellow outside of the sun.
No, you're not understanding what I'm saying. What I'm saying is a metaphor.
Oh.
It's a metaphor for how we're going to take down these Chinese communists.
With LSD from Piggly Wiggly?
That's what's already going on. You see, folks, it's a bunch of stuff that we have been told that we're just not grasping. I brought this subject up specifically because I want you to understand that the aliens have been working with those in 2058 who have formed the grocery store cabal to intentionally come back here, mess with Donald Trump, and teach us that all of these wars are somehow really happening. But if we understood every war that has taken place from the United States since World War II has actually been set up on a virtual reality simulator. Do people die? Absolutely. If you ever watched the movie Surrogates with Bruce Willis, that's exactly what's been going on. Everything you see going on in these wars is really just surrogates. But Americans have not been there. Matter of fact, if you go to Iraq or Afghanistan now, what you will see is really nothing but a country of water parks. Water parks. And that's it. You need to understand that NASA has been lying to you. You were lied to by the government schools. You were lied to by Lance Armstrong. You're lied to by a lot of people. Afghanistan is nothing but water parks. Water parks. What you've been hearing about it is not true. There's nothing there. There's nothing there but roller coasters and water parks. And you know who it's for? It's for the global elites. That's the only thing that's there. The only thing.
No wonder people don't go for fun.
There's not a KFC. KFC.
I can confirm. There is no KFC.
Right. There is no KFC because they're not going to give you too many lies in your simulation.
There's a Subway, though.
When your surrogate went there, when you strapped into your virtual machine and you sent your surrogate there, even your surrogate experienced a reality that wasn't completely true.
So you're telling me the Subway that I ate in Afghanistan was fake?
Now, you only thought you ate that food.
Oh, okay. I was unaware.
Now, really, you were eating through a tube, astronaut juice, because you were in a coma. Does that make sense?
That day that I built a snowman in Afghanistan, what was up with that? Is that fake too?
Have you ever seen Vanilla Sky with Tom Cruise?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what was happening. You thought something else was going on, but really you were dreaming.
I feel like you're just a little cinephile over here, getting all your facts from movies, and you should really stop watching anything on television if you're under the influence of. Honestly, you're probably not under the influence. This is just you, because there's no drug on the planet that produces the type of brain that just expels your type of thought process. It doesn't happen.
There's verifiable evidence and facts. You cannot deny black and white evidence. And what I'm going to release this
black and white evidence.
I'm going to release the CIA papers today. I'm going to let them out there. I'm going to release them just for Sean.
Put them on the website. Make sure you spell my name right. Can you spell?
I'm going to release the CIA papers today. We have the verifiable facts and evidence. The facts and evidence that what you see in movies are real.